Welcome to my mom's kitchen table. Thanksgiving at my mom's house isn't too busy. She has a small amount of guests compared to some. Usually it's only around 6 people, and she creates a buffet style setup somewhere else so that the table isn't crowded with food and no one has to pass dishes around the table. The extra room is also great to decorate. The first table has a beautiful orange tablecloth. The quality of this tablecloth is really something. My mom has this gorgeous fall-themed table runner, which I'm surprised she had because they're hard to come by. It has beautiful beaded ends and embroidered leaves sprinkled throughout. My mom is a fan of natural stone, so we decided to display a heavy stone vase smack in the middle. While it does obscure the view slightly, it's thinner than it looks. Just enough to soften that awkward feeling of direct eye contact with your family member sitting across from you at the table. I mixed and matched some fabric pumpkins of different styles and colors, but for the most part I used non-traditional blue tones, which is getting more common in these types of decorations. The stuffed pumpkins are usually pretty affordable and they aren't difficult to store when the season is over. I've even seen some amazing styles at Dollar Tree. Don't be afraid to try out colors that you wouldn't think are traditionally fall. I've seen a lot of ceramic and glass pumpkins all across home decor stores, in white, blue, and even in pink. Just keep your color scheme in mind and grab a few over time, growing your collection until you can make a whole line of them across your table. The dishes on the table are melamine, which can't be microwaved, but are usually dishwasher safe. They're great because you can get them in really gorgeous styles and shapes, and they're lighter than normal dishware and chip resistant, not to mention they're affordable. These work well for kids or older grandparents, or for the clumsy daughter who's not allowed to touch anything breakable. Sorry, Mom. My mom had the great idea to separate the dinner plate and the bread and butter plate with a folded napkin. My favorite part of this table is the tiny pine cones we took out of a potpourri bag. I don't think larger pine cones would have worked in this instance because we didn't want anything to swallow the bowl. The tiny pine cone in the middle is subtle and it's pretty adorable and makes a big impact. The second table is designed with a simple black tablecloth. My mom has these red circle placemats for Christmas, but they were the perfect shade to match the red felt leaves we had. Table scatter like this can be found at craft stores, Walmart, or even Dollar Tree. Sometimes it's labeled as table scatter, but other times it's not, so just keep a lookout. It can really help accent a simple tablecloth or table runner. Use what you have. Everyday colors and styles can be incorporated into a theme. In this case, I also placed a different placemat in the center of the table to act as a buffer between the intricate floral pattern on the table runner. These round placemats were hard to put a plate on top of because the placemats were pretty small, but my mom ended up finding some oval plates with scalloped edges, which I think worked great for Thanksgiving because usually you have multiple dishes of food that you have to fit on one plate, and oval works better for that. A pre-made centerpiece of sunflowers in the middle of the table represents fall. We also used some raffia ribbon to tie some napkins into a bow. A centerpiece of flowers, whether short or tall, can really go a long way. Flowers can be expensive, but picking up a few stems every time you're at a store and you see them, that really breaks up the cost. The thrift store also has bundles of flowers, a little bit cheaper. But picking up fresh flowers from a floral shop or even a pot of fresh mums will also work great. This setup was quick and really requires very little effort. The last table is really bright and fun. We tried to mute it a little with brown tones, but the tablecloth just screams, which personally I think is great for Thanksgiving. The last thing you want is to see stains on your tablecloth halfway through dinner. Then you can't get your eyes off the stains. A loud tablecloth won't show that as much as a plain one. Also, the work is already done for you. Fall leaves all over, so really most of your decorating is done. You can add solid color placemats, a solid color table runner, neutral napkins. My mom has brown metal chargers, and that's what we used for this table. And then there's these beautiful napkins from Pier 1 Imports, which actually came with the beaded napkin rings attached. The store only had 2 of each style, so we decided to use both styles, and I think it's more exciting that way, giving your guests a little bit of a choice, possibly swaying their choice in seating. The center has a stuffing theme going on. a large, well-dressed polyfilled turkey, and 2 polyfilled tier pumpkins to give more height to the table. In between those, we did some simple wooden candle holders and green candlesticks. My favorite part of this whole table is the leaf-shaped battery-powered lights. 2 sets mixed together, and they glow bright even in regular lighting. I think lights are a really easy way to add impact to just about anything. But these lights can also be put in a glass vase, strung around some windows near the dining area, or hung under some wall-mounted kitchen cabinets. Okay, that's it for this video. My mom always says you can never go too big for holidays. I hope this video inspired you to decorate your space for Thanksgiving.